Have you ever met someone who just felt different? Maybe it was the way they carried themselves, the energy they radiated, or the way they seemed to know things no one else did. These are the chosen ones, beings who move through life with a sense of purpose that most people can't comprehend. And once you understand who they are, it will forever change the way you see people around you. The truth is, these individuals don't always stand out in the way you'd expect. They aren't necessarily the loudest in the room or the ones constantly seeking attention. In fact, they often go unnoticed, blending into the crowd, silently carrying a power that most people overlook. But here's the thing, not everyone can recognize them. Some people walk past them every day, unaware of the immense purpose and spiritual force they hold. Are you one of the few who can truly see them? Or have you, like so many others, been blind to their presence? Stay with me until the end of this video, because what I'm about to reveal will open your eyes to a reality hidden in plain sight. And trust me, once you understand this, you'll never look at the world the same way again. Before we go deeper, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you've ever felt like an outsider, if you've ever sensed that there's something different about you, then you might just be a chosen one yourself. And if you're not, you still need to understand who they are, because these individuals are shaping the world in ways you can't even imagine. The chosen ones are not chosen by men, governments, or societies. They are chosen by something much greater, by destiny itself. They are the ones who carry the light in a world drowning in darkness, the ones who bear the weight of wisdom in a society obsessed with ignorance. But the path of a chosen one is not easy. It is filled with trials, solitude, and battles that others can't even begin to understand. They are the ones who suffer in silence, who feel emotions more deeply than most, who endure hardships that would break the average person. Yet they rise, again and again, because their mission is too great to be ignored. You might be wondering, how do you recognize a chosen one? They don't always look powerful. They don't always have the perfect life. In fact, their journey is often marked by struggles, betrayals, and moments of deep despair. But what sets them apart is their resilience. No matter how many times they are knocked down, they rise. No matter how much pain they endure, they keep moving forward. They have an inner knowing, a deep connection to something beyond this world, and an unshakable faith that they are here for a reason. But here's the most shocking part. Many chosen ones don't even know who they are. They live their lives feeling different, misunderstood, even cursed at times. They question why they can't fit in, why they see through the illusions of society while everyone else seems content living in the dark. They feel a pull toward something greater, but they don't always understand what it is. And because of this, many of them go through years, sometimes even decades, of self-doubt, isolation, and confusion. The world does not make it easy for chosen ones to awaken. In fact, everything around them is designed to keep them asleep, to keep them distracted, to make them doubt their own power. And this is why so many people fail to see them for who they truly are. You could be standing next to a chosen one right now and not even realize it. They could be your neighbor, your co-worker, the person sitting silently in the corner of a cafe, lost in thought. They don't always seek recognition, and they don't always need validation. But when they step into their true power, when they embrace their mission, there is no force in the world that can stop them. So let me ask you, have you ever met someone who changed the way you see the world? Someone who made you question everything you thought you knew? Someone whose presence alone felt like it carried a deeper meaning? If you have, then you might have encountered a chosen one. And if you haven't, you need to open your eyes, because they are all around you. but only those who are ready will be able to truly see them. The journey of a chosen one is never easy. In fact, it is often filled with struggles that would break an ordinary person. They are not given an easy path because they are meant to rise above the chaos, to stand strong in a world that constantly tries to pull them down. From the moment they enter this world, they are different. They don't fit in with the crowd, and no matter how much they try, something always sets them apart. This difference isn't always visible. It's a deep internal knowing that they were meant for something greater. And because of this, life doesn't allow them to remain comfortable. They go through betrayals, heartbreaks, and loss. They are tested in ways that seem almost unfair, as if the universe itself is pushing them to their limits. But what most people don't realize is that these trials are not punishments. They are preparations. Every hardship, every setback, every painful experience is shaping them, molding them into the person they were destined to become. But here's the thing, most chosen ones don't recognize this at first. In the beginning, they feel cursed. They look around and see others living what seems to be an easier life, and they wonder, why me? Why do I have to suffer so much? Why does it feel like the world is against me? They experience loneliness on a level that most people will never understand. They walk through life feeling like an outsider, unable to connect with those around them. Even in a room full of people, they feel alone. This isn't because they aren't capable of forming relationships, but because their soul operates on a different frequency. They see the world differently. They question things others blindly accept. While most people are consumed by trivial matters, the chosen ones are haunted by deeper thoughts, greater truths, and a sense that something about this world just isn't right. And this is exactly why they are feared. Society doesn't celebrate chosen ones. It suppresses them. From a young age, they are told to conform, to be like everyone else, to ignore their intuition and follow the rules. They are discouraged from thinking too deeply, from asking too many questions, from believing in their own power. And for a time, many of them do just that. They silence their inner voice. They try to blend in. They suppress their own truth in an attempt to be accepted. But deep down, they know they're living a lie. No matter how much they try to fit in, something inside them refuses to settle. Their spirit rebels against the limitations placed upon them, and sooner or later, they are forced to wake up. The awakening of a chosen one is not a gentle process. It is often triggered by immense pain, by a loss so deep that it shatters everything they thought they knew. It could be the end of a relationship, the betrayal of a friend, the sudden collapse of their old life. It feels like the ground beneath them is being ripped away, like they are being thrown into the depths of darkness with no way out. But this darkness is not meant to destroy them. It is meant to break the illusions, to strip away everything that is not truly them, so they can finally see themselves for who they are. And when this moment happens, everything changes. The chosen one realizes that all the suffering, all the loneliness, all the trials were never meant to hurt them. They were meant to forge them into something greater. And this is the part that most people don't understand. When a chosen one rises, they don't just change themselves, they change the world around them. Their presence alone disrupts the system. They awaken others simply by being who they are. They don't need to seek power. It is something they naturally carry within them. This is why they are often met with resistance. The world does not welcome those who challenge the status quo, and chosen ones do exactly that. They don't follow blindly. They don't accept lies just because they are widely believed. They see through manipulation, through deceit, through the illusions that keep most people asleep. And because of this, They are either deeply respected or intensely hated. There is no in-between. But here's where it gets even deeper. The moment a chosen one fully steps into their power, everything around them shifts. They attract people who are meant to be in their life, and they repel those who were never aligned with them to begin with. Their energy alone is enough to cause people to react, sometimes in ways that don't even make sense. Some will be drawn to them, inspired by their strength, their wisdom, their authenticity. Others will feel threatened, uncomfortable, even angry, because their mere existence is a reminder of everything they are too afraid to become. So if you have ever felt like you don't belong, if you have ever questioned why life has been so hard for you, understand this. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. You were meant to break the mold, to challenge the norm, to awaken something greater within yourself and within others. But the question is, will you answer the call, or will you continue to run from who you were always meant to be? The moment a chosen one embraces their truth, they step into a power so immense that it shifts the very fabric of their reality. No longer bound by the limitations imposed by society, no longer chained by fear, they become a force that cannot be ignored. But this transformation is not without consequence. The world does not celebrate those who break free, it resists them. The stronger they become, the more opposition they face. Friends turn into strangers, family members no longer understand them. People they once trusted begin to distance themselves, not because the chosen one has done anything wrong, but because their very existence now exposes the illusions others have been living under. And here lies the ultimate truth. A chosen one does not belong to the world. They exist to change it. There comes a point in every chosen one's journey when they realize they can no longer seek validation from others. They no longer need permission to be who they are. They stop waiting for the world to recognize their worth because they finally understand that their worth was never meant to be measured by ordinary standards. The struggles, the betrayals, the solitude, it all begins to make sense. Every hardship was a test, every setback was a lesson, every moment of pain was a part of the awakening process. They were never being broken, they were being rebuilt into something stronger, something unstoppable. And when they finally rise, they do so with a power that can no longer be contained. But here's where it gets even deeper. A true chosen one does not seek revenge. They do not waste their energy trying to prove themselves to those who doubted them. They understand that their power lies not in proving others wrong, but in proving themselves right. They move differently. They speak with purpose. Their presence alone shifts the energy in any room they walk into. People can sense it, even if they don't understand it. Some are drawn to them, captivated by their wisdom, inspired by their strength. Others feel intimidated, unsettled, even threatened. Because deep down, they know that a chosen one cannot be controlled. And this is why the world has always feared them. Look throughout history, every great leader, every revolutionary thinker, every spiritual guide who dared to challenge the status quo. They were all met with resistance. They were ridiculed, persecuted, even killed. But their impact never died. Their words, their actions, their legacy continued to inspire generations long after they were gone. Why? Because truth cannot be silenced. It cannot be erased, and the chosen ones are the carriers of that truth. They see beyond the illusions, beyond the distractions, beyond the false narratives designed to keep people asleep. And once they awaken, there is no turning back. But with great power comes great responsibility. Not everyone who awakens understands their purpose immediately. Some get lost in the anger, in the resentment of everything they had to endure. Some become bitter, using their power to seek revenge rather than to fulfill their mission. But a true chosen one rises above this. They understand that their path was never meant to be easy. They accept that loneliness is sometimes necessary, that the sacrifices they made were part of something greater. They no longer seek to fit into a world that was never designed for them. Instead, they focus on building something new. And this is where the true transformation happens. When a chosen one fully embraces who they are, they become unstoppable. They attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances. Not because they chase them, but because they are them. Their energy, their frequency, their very essence commands a different reality. They are no longer bound by fear, no longer controlled by doubt. They walk with certainty, with purpose, with a power that is felt long before they even speak a word. So if you have ever felt like an outcast, if you have ever wondered why life has tested you so brutally, if you have ever felt like you were meant for something greater, understand this: you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. Every struggle, every setback, every painful experience was shaping you, preparing you, molding you into the person you were always destined to become. The question is, will you embrace it? Will you step into your power? Or will you continue to deny the truth that has been calling you all along? So now the choice is yours. Will you answer the call? Or will you continue to pretend that you are just another ordinary soul in an ordinary world? Because deep down, you already know the answer. The question is, what will you do with it?